So hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 42 and we're getting to the end of season 2 in this YouTube series. Getting towards the end, we've got about 4 races to go. So if you didn't watch the last episode in Japan, go and have a look at that. Fernando Alonso finishing in P5, a very good performance from Fernando. Pierre Gasly finishing in P11. Now, few little bits of housekeeping to get stuck into before we get into the race weekend this week. Firstly, the final designs have gone on the car. The final upgrades have gone on the car for this season. That upgrade was a front wing upgrade. The design was completed a couple of days ago and we've got the manufacturing done. So that's going to be on the car for this weekend. The ATR periods from now on are all going to be researched into next season's car to make next season's car the best it can possibly be. There's going to be a lot of changes in this alternate F1 universe next season, and our car is going to be one of them. We are going to be entering the new Vantage era here at Aston Martin, but more on that to come. If we have a look at the car then and the car analysis, and where we are now, if we show the rank on the grid, we are 5th for top speed, 11th for acceleration. We're pretty damn quick in a straight line. We're decent at low speed cornering and the DRS as well. There's improvements to be made. There's significant improvements to be made before the start of next season. That's what all our research is going to be going into from now on. If we have a quick look at the standings, Ferrari and Red Bull still very much fighting it out for the Constructors' title, although Ferrari are very much in the driving seat. Mercedes have got P3 absolutely done and dusted, and I reckon we've probably just about, unless we have a massive implosion, we have got P4 sorted out in the Constructors' standings. Drivers-wise, there's a bit more to play for in the drivers' standings. Carlos Sainz and Max Verstappen very close, 10 points separating them. Charles Leclerc's not out of it either. Can either of the Ferrari guys bring a driver's title back to Ferrari? That will to be seen. Sergio Perez and Lewis Hamilton battling it out for P4. Pierre Gasly is trying to beat George Russell into P6. Fernando Alonso keeping Esteban Ocon at bay in P8. So there's a lot to play for in terms of the driver's standings. But this weekend we go to the circuit of the Americas, the United States Grand Prix. First Grand Prix in 2012. Obviously, it's becoming a bigger sport now in America. Drive to Survive, big part of that. And Andretti rumoured to be coming in real life. 56 lap round here. Charles Leclerc holds the lap record. Car attributes, low speed cornering, which we're pretty decent at. And there's a couple of high speed zones as well. A couple of long straights, which our car will suit. The expected strategy is a 2-stop, medium, hard. There is a chance of safety cars here. We will see how all that goes. I'm going to get the practice done and we'll see you in qualifying for the American Grand Prix.
Welcome to the United States Grand Prix. We're in Austin, but there are no wild cowboys on the track this weekend, just some serious horsepower. It's sure to be a race to remember. The Circuit of the Americas has it all. Twists and turns, steep climbs, fast corners, and a power-hungry Sector 2. Quite a headache to balance, even if teams will be looking at maximising downforce overall. This is it. We're down to the last few races of the season, and it's time for that final push. Who will be crowned champion at the end of it all? We'll find out soon enough. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Formula One.
You join us at the end of Q2. Pierre Gasly has not gone out for a second run because he's got a fresh engine in this weekend. He has got a 10-place grid penalty, but that fresh engine is working absolute wonders. He's been supremely quick all weekend. The same can't be said for Fernando Alonso. Struggled at times. We got through Q1 pretty well. We went straight out and then the rain came down, so we had to deal with that. But Fernando Alonso, is he going to manage to get out of Q2? Fernando Alonso, just about. Let's have a look. Is anybody else going to improve? Ricardo, Norris, Vettel, all very capable. As we fast forward towards the end, Fernando Alonso gets through to Q3. Pierre Gasly, third quickest in that session. We lose Danny Ricciardo, Lance Stroll, Magnussen, Ocon and Sebastian Vettel. Good news for us in our fight with Alpine. Let's see what we can do in Q3. So we didn't show you the flying laps in Q3 because the rain came down shortly after the session started. We managed to get Pierre Gasly out very early. Fernando Alonso not so much. Pierre Gasly qualifying in Q2. He's got a ton of pace this weekend. Fernando Alonso a little bit less so, but P7 for Fernando and it will be P12 for Pierre. Not too bad at all. strategy could play a key part here with the tyre wear being so bad. Lewis Hamilton starts on pole. Right, so we are going to split the strategies. There's not too much between them. Fernando's going to be medium hard, medium. Pierre Gasly, medium, medium hard. If there's a safety car, obviously that will change, but that's what we're going for. P6 and P12, 5 red lights coming right up.
Sit tight and get ready. It's the United States Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
And away we go, and as you can see, a Mercedes front row lockout in Hamilton and George Russell. George Russell got the inside line into turn 1. But Lewis Hamilton manages to hold on. But Fernando Alonso, let's have a quick look at him. What is he doing at this moment in time? P6, sticking in nicely between Valtteri Bottas and man, we've got to be considering for next season. He's had a fantastic season in the Alfa Romeo. A bit further back, we've got Pierre Gasly. It's important Pierre does make some early work, especially of Gasly Stroll. There has been a spin early doors though on lap 1. Let's have a look who that's going to be. Fernando's heard it on his radio. Yellow at turn 6, it's Danny Ricciardo. Well, we did say that Pierre Gasly needed to make light work of these. Danny Ricciardo's made light work of it for himself. Ricciardo's spinning out, and as you can see, Pierre Gasly going through there. That's going to cost him tyres and, most importantly, position. Pierre Gasly, I think we'll manage to get him past Lance Stroll as quickly as we possibly can. We really need him latching on to the back of these quicker cars in front, so I think on the next start finish straight we'll probably give him the ERS to use, get past Lance Stroll and then work from there. But Lewis Hamilton leads away, Charles Leclerc, George Russell had a terrible first lap. He was in P2, he's now down in P4, but lap 1 Hamilton leads. Pierre Gasly needs to get past Lance Stroll. Lap 3 Max Verstappen has just made a massive error. Coming into the final corner, he's locked up, and that's really dropped him down the grid. If we have a quick look at now where Max Verstappen is, the Red Bull garage. I mean, this guy, we can just imagine his face. He's not a very happy man at all. Eddie in hands for the golden boy Max Verstappen. He's now all the way down in last position, Max Verstappen. Fernando Alonso now up to P5, where he's having to use some ERS to keep within Valtteri Bottas. Pierre Gasly doing everything he possibly can to get past Lance Stroll. I'm hoping he's going to get past him in this next couple of straights, but he's right up the gearbox of Lance Stroll. But Fernando Alonso, yes, he's had to use some deploy to keep up with Valtteri Bottas, we know that, but at the moment he's doing a good enough job, and I'm hoping that he can keep in there. P5 for Fernando. This has not been a bad start for him at all. Let's see, we'll just stick with it onto this next straight. Let's see if Pierre Gasly can get Lance Stroll up this next straight. Now, he has got DRS, Lance Stroll, but we've got it as well, and I'm looking at this. I think Pierre Gasly is going to manage to get this move done. Is he? He's got to be later on the brakes round the outside line. Lance Stroll cuts across. It's quite an aggressive defence from the Canadian, but Pierre Gasly gets the job done. And now it's all about latching onto the back of that Red Bull. But like I said, Pierre Gasly has had the pace all weekend long, and I'm hoping that's not going to change here. But Lance Stroll is biting back. We'll go to the TV camera, because Pierre Gasly is having to do a lot of work here to get away from Lance Stroll, but he's finally got that move done. I don't think he's got DRS down this next straight though. That could be an issue. We might let him, we're going to set him, deploy the ERS if you can use that. He hasn't got DRS. So now he's got to try and hold off Lance Stroll down this straight. Can he do it? Lance Stroll's fighting back against his old team. Pierre Gasly keeps his sen in. And he's still battling away. Fernando Alonso, on the other hand, has just managed to overtake Valtteri Bottas, which is fantastic work. The disappointing thing for Pierre is he's very much lost DRS to the Red Bull. But Fernando Alonso, DRS open into turn 1. Valtteri Bottas, all those softs wearing already. He's on the soft compounder tyre, Valtteri Bottas. Not really an optimal race tyre with the tyre wear around this circuit, but a great move for Fernando Alonso. And we're going to get a lovely shot from the Aston Martin garage. Nice bit of high-five, and this guy's praying. We are loving it there. Pierre Gasly, a bit more work to do. Charles Leclerc now leads from Lewis Hamilton, lap 4. He joins back lap 7. Lewis Hamilton is back leading, and to be fair, Hamilton, Leclerc and Russell do look a bit in a league of their own today. Carlos Sainz particularly quick. He's managed to get through the little train that was forging behind Fernando Alonso. As you can see, Fernando has lost a couple of places. down to P6, but not the end of the world. And he can look after his tyres a little bit more. We haven't got the pace of the Ferrari. We might as well let that Ferrari just drag us all along. Pierre Gasly is latching onto the back of Sergio Perez. I'm thinking possibly once Sergio Perez pits, we're going to give Gasly a bit of DRS. We broke the DRS to Lance Stroll, so top 10 pretty much secure for both cars at this moment in time. But as you run down the order, Hamilton from Leclerc, then Russell, Sainz, Bottas, Alonso, Norris doing very well in that McLaren, Perez, Gasly, and then Lance Stroll getting a point at the moment. Max Verstappen, poor old Max Verstappen, all the way at the back. He's fighting Nicholas Latifi and the Williams, something I bet he didn't expect to be doing when he woke up this morning. Lap 8. Huge move has just happened for Fernando Alonso. Valtteri Bottas' tyres are going off. My fear was, if Valtteri Bottas did start dropping back from the Ferrari and then pitted, which he's going to do obviously earlier than Fernando, we're not going to have the DRS of that Ferrari or anything, in fact. So I felt it was important for Fernando to get past Valtteri Bottas, which he's done. He did use a bit of DRS, but that's fair enough. He's now behind Carlos Sainz, and he can latch onto this Ferrari, and this can drag us along. Meanwhile, Pierre Gasly is still having a look at Sergio Perez. I'm not too fussed about him attacking Sergio Perez, if I'm completely honest. But at this moment in time, he seems to fancy it, and I think he's got the pace to attack the Red Bull. He's certainly got the pace to catch up to Fernando. Pierre Gasly's on for a very good race this afternoon. Lap 9. You join us lap 11. Charles Leclerc is in from the soft compound on to the medium. Charles Leclerc dropping down the order. Valtteri Bottas has made his early pit stop as well. So currently Fernando Alonso is in P4, still tailgating Carlos Sainz, but it's working an absolute treat, to be fair. We're just hanging onto the back of this Ferrari. It's working an absolute treat. Pierre Gasly did lose DRS for a couple of moments, but he now is back in DRS of Sergio Perez. It's pretty much as you were. That I don't see the soft compound tyre being part of an optimal strategy this afternoon. It's a risky one from the Alfa Romeo and Ferrari strategists to put that on their drivers. It's still Hamilton from Russell, but Lewis Hamilton now has a comfortable gap at the front, 1.6 seconds. It must be said, Lewis Hamilton is having a very, very good second half this season. He's been ever so impressive, as much as it pains me to say. Well done, Lewis. Lap 11. Lap 16, this pit stop's happening everywhere. Lewis Hamilton is in from the lead. He's onto another set of mediums. Sainz is in. Perez is in. And I'm guessing, are they all coming out onto medium compounded tyre? Let's have a look. We'll see. Sergio Perez certainly is, as is the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz. Norris again, is he on the mediums? He is. Stroll on the mediums, as is Esteban Ocon. Some more cars going on to the medium compounded tyre next. Pierre Gasly is going to be coming in this next lap. It's going to be interesting to see if we change it to Fernando. There's a school of thought to possibly change it to Fernando. What we could be doing is getting Fernando out of the way. That would be absolutely ideal. Don't fight, teammates. So Fernando Alonso lets Pierre Gasly go. That's fantastic. But Pierre will be coming in this lap. Fernando Alonso now basically left to his own devices. He's going a little bit longer. He's going onto the hards, and then he should be quicker towards the end of the Grand Prix. We'll come back when Pierre's in. Pierre Gasly in for his first pit stop. He's going onto the medium compounded tyre. In he goes. Beautiful work from the team. 2.46 seconds. We are developing the pit crew. Maybe we're starting to see the results of that now. Where is Pierre Gasly going to come out? Sergio Perez is in front of him. Have we lost any positions? He's got Lando Norris to contend with, but Pierre Gasly, one lap later, is out, and he comes out behind the Red Bull of Sergio Perez, pretty much as you were. Competitor locked up in sector 2. Are we going to get it's just a running wide. Are we going to get a replay of that? We are. Lance Stroll into turn 20. Let's have a look at what Lance Stroll did here. We saw that a few times in the Aston Martin days with him, so Lance Stroll partial to that. Fernando Alonso, we could switch him on to the hard. There is a decision whether we go hard or medium with Fernando. We'll make that decision very shortly. Lap 17. Lap 19, Fernando Alonso is in for his pit stop. He's going onto the hard compounded tyre. So, like I say, I'm hoping towards the end of the race, this is going to benefit us. We're going to be on the faster compound towards the end, hopefully when the track rubber is at its best. So, Fernando Alonso comes out. He comes out where? Let's have a quick look. He's now 2 seconds behind Lando Norris. He is in clean air. Fernando onto the hard compounder tyre. Hopefully this will come to him towards the end. But as it stands, Lewis Hamilton, 5-second lead near enough over George Russell. Then comes Leclerc, Sainz, Perez, Gasly is right on the back of this group now. Lando Norris, Fernando Alonso in P8, Ocon P9, Magnussen makes up the top 10. Max Verstappen, torrid time, down in 16th, lap 19. Safety car is out on lap 27. It's Sergio Perez who's crashed. Let's have a quick look at this, but then this is going to be a big moment in this race. Sergio Perez smashes into the wall. Safety car is out. We have told Pierre Gasly to box. Red Bull's not had a good weekend at all. Not a good weekend at all. We've told Pierre Gasly to box, box, box. Reason behind that is we reckon the hards will go to the end for Pierre. He was meant to come in about 4 laps time. We're going to jump it and get Pierre in. It's going to be interesting to see if anybody in front pits. They do. Sainz pits and Leclerc. I was hoping those guys weren't going to do. Russell and Hamilton carry on. Fernando Alonso can't pit. Fernando Alonso can't pit. He's got to stay out on the hard compounder tyre. It's a shame. It's just not quite worked out for him, this. We have to take a little bit of blame for this. Fernando will not be happy with us here. But Pierre Gasly's in. When he comes out, he'll be on the tyre saving. And he's going to be in prime position. If these three in front don't pit, he's going to be in prime position for a podium this afternoon. Pierre Gasly, anything could happen. Fernando Alonso's in a different game. A different game to his teammate, it must be said. Very, very difficult for Fernando, this. I imagine it is on the radio. I wouldn't want to be his race engineer at the moment. We'll come back when we get back to green flag running. We are about to go back to green flag running. It will be Lewis Hamilton who leads it away. Mercedes may have made a really bad strategy call here by not getting either of their drivers in for the hard compounder tyre. When will Lewis Hamilton bolt? Fernando Alonso in P4, Charles Leclerc P5, Gasly then Sainz. Fernando Alonso, we're going to ride on board with him to see what he can do from this restart. We're back to green flag running and away we go for the last 26 laps of the United States Grand Prix. Fernando Alonso is very much back in this now, very much back in this, but Pierre Gasly, my word, what a situation Pierre Gasly's in here. I mean, the ideal situation could possibly be for if he can get in front of Charles Leclerc and then we can get Fernando Alonso to hold up the guys behind. This could be the ultimate team effort from our guys. But we'll have to see how this plays out. I think Pierre Gasly's going to be able to make moves early doors here. We're going to put him on deploy and see what we can do. But Lewis Hamilton, Russell, Norris, they've all got to pit again, as has Alonso. Leclerc, Gasly and Sainz are the ones that's made the bold strategy call, and I believe the right strategy call. Can we get a podium here in the United States Grand Prix, lap 30? Lewis Hamilton must be absolutely fuming. Lap 32, Lewis Hamilton is now down to P14 after coming out from the pit stops. Unbelievable things. George Russell's got to pit again, as has Fernando Alonso. Pierre Gasly is racing to win the United States Grand Prix here this afternoon. Can Pierre Gasly win it for Aston Martin in Austin? I think we possibly could. Fernando Alonso could have a key part to play in all this. George Russell is bombing away up the road. We need Fernando Alonso to get out of the way and let Pierre Gasly through. It's going to happen very, very shortly, I'm sure. Lap 32. And on lap 32, it's happened. Pierre Gasly and Charles Leclerc are both through and past Fernando Alonso. I'm hoping now Pierre Gasly can drag Fernando along a little bit and maybe keep the other Ferrari at bay. But now it's Gasly versus Leclerc for effective race lead. Lap 33. Lap 33, George Russell into the pit lane, but as you can see, Pierre Gasly is now in the race lead. He has got Charles Leclerc for company. We're trying to keep Carlos Sainz out of it, but Pierre Gasly is currently leading the United States Grand Prix. We've got around 22 laps to go here. Pierre Gasly's in a fantastic position. We're also trying to save the tyres a little bit. We're hoping that we can keep these Ferraris at bay, and we don't want to battle too much. I'd rather him not battle that much with Charles Leclerc, and then hopefully we can just bomb away. That's the plan, and I reckon we've got all of the ERS saved up. We just need to make sure that Carlos Sainz doesn't catch us up. And if we get DRS down this next straight, this could be the part where we do it. Fernando Alonso, where has he come out? Fernando Alonso, he's still battling with Carlos Sainz and Valtteri Bottas, but Fernando's got to come in a little bit later on. But as we can see now, Pierre Gasly going for the move on Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc parked it quite well. It doesn't manage to get past him on this straight, but it will come. Lap 34. Lap 42, you've got to feel very, very sorry for Fernando Alonso. I am sorry for Fernando. It's just not worked. We tried him on the different strategy. It didn't go our way with the safety car. He now comes out in P15. He has got the fresher tyres. Can he get a point? It's not beyond the realms. Hopefully a fastest lap in there for Fernando as well, which hopefully he'll get on the next lap. But Fernando now can push towards the end. Meanwhile, at the sharp end, Pierre Gasly's got 2 Ferraris to deal with now. But he's doing a decent enough job at fighting with both of these. We're very much in the fight for this win. That ERS and fuel, we're saving that for the last couple of laps. So Pierre Gasly will have the ERS and he will have the fuel towards the end of the Grand Prix to hopefully get this race win. But lap 42, well in it. There's a big gap to Ricciardo. He's going to get a podium. It's just if he can win it. Lap 42. Lap 45, Fernando Alonso making his way past Kevin Magnussen. Beautiful there. 2 seconds to Ocon. Then he's got a little gaggle of cars that he can possibly catch up to. He's been given the RS and he's just set the new fastest lap. So Fernando Alonso making the best of a bad situation. Pierre Gasly, these Ferraris are not enjoying battling with Pierre this afternoon at all. And he's still doing a fantastic job of leading this Grand Prix. Great work from Pierre. Can he get 2 wins in America in a season? Pierre Gasly, what a man. What did I say?
Copy.
What did I say? Pierre Gasly, you guaranteed a podium. Are you going to win the race?
Oh, and that's a crash.
The answer is no. The answer is no. Pierre Gasly's locked up.
Was the Aston Martin.
He was leading the race. He wasn't pushing. He was unbalanced. Everything was looking rather fine. He's locked up and binned it from the lead of the race. To say we are gutted on the Aston Martin pit wall.
The team are devastated.
They can't even. We can't even. There's no words. Pierre is out. Pierre is out, and now we've got a safety car. We'll assess what we're going to do with Fernando, but I just can't believe what I'm watching. Lap 47. Safety car is ending. Charles Leclerc leads from Carlos Sainz. Oh, I can't believe. I'm still in total disappointment about what I've just witnessed. Hamilton and Russell are on hards. Alonso and Magnussen are on mediums. And Ricciardo and Bottas on softs as well. So Fernando could have the best tyres towards the end of this Grand Prix. Fernando, I'm hoping, can get some moves done here. The guys on the soft are going to be quick for the first couple of laps. And we've also got to be very wary of these guys behind us as well. Stroll, Albon on the soft compound, but new soft compounded tyres. We didn't think it was worth bringing Fernando in. We could do a getting past Esteban Ocon. Maybe Fernando can pull this out of the bag, but lap 49, we're just dismayed about Pierre Gasly. And lap 51, Fernando Alonso manages to get past Esteban Ocon. The important move in terms of the Constructors' Championship, as you can see. Lance Stroll behind, looking particularly quick on that soft compounded tyre. We've got to try and catch up to Valtteri Bottas. But interestingly, if we have a look at the tyres now, the soft compound tyres are already in worse condition than Fernando's mediums, apart from Lance Stroll. So Fernando, in this last couple of laps, could be very, very quick. Lap 51. Angie Joiner's final lap of the Grand Prix. Fernando Alonso's tyres are superior to most of the cars in front of him, apart from Lance Stroll's. Lance Stroll's in P6 for the Alpha Tauri. Bottas' tyres are dead, as are Danny Ricciardo's. Fernando Alonso has been told, deploy, use everything you have got, my friend. I'm hoping that he can overtake 1 or 2 cars here. Charles Leclerc had to pit again. Unbelievably so, Charles Leclerc had to pit, so it's Carlos Sainz is to lose. In fact, I don't think there's anybody near Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz has got this in the bag, what could have been with Pierre Gasly. But Fernando Alonso, it's all eyes on the Spaniard. Can he make something happen down this long straight? We're going to tell him in a second, right, drive in clear air. Use that DRS and drive in clear air. Is he going to be able to make any overtakes? I don't think he's going to do. I think this DRS train is just going to be a little bit too strong. It is, unfortunately, for Fernando. He's not going to manage to make any moves unless he does it in the very, very late stages of this lap. Carlos Sainz, we're going to just switch to this. Let's just switch to the tele mode here so we can have a good look at it. It's George Russell that's heading this train. Danny Ricciardo, he's on for a podium on the soft compounded tyre. Russell defending fantastically while Lewis Hamilton, who's got to feel very aggrieved that he didn't manage to win this Grand Prix because he had it in the bag. Mercedes really let him down. Fernando Alonso isn't going to manage to get anything out of this. Is P7, is he going to manage to gain a place? I'm not convinced he is. He moves to the left-hand side. He might even lose a place. He hasn't. 7th position for Fernando Alonso, and he's run out of petrol on the line, but that's fair enough. Carlos Sainz wins. Fantastic work from him. Gasly and Perez, the 2 cars that have retired. But so disappointing for us of what could have been. Carlos Sainz wins from George Russell, and Danny Ricciardo gets on a podium for McLaren. Great work from him. Fernando Alonso, strategy didn't quite work, but did very well. Driver standings wise, Carlos Sainz extends his lead over Max Verstappen now by 25 points. It's a huge weekend in terms of the driver standings. Pierre Gasly drops a position to George Russell, and Fernando Alonso extends his gap to Esteban Ocon up to 9 points. Constructors wise, Ferrari gained 25 points on Red Bull, who didn't score a point this weekend. Mercedes strengthened their grip on P3, and we extend our lead over Alpine for P4. I hope you've enjoyed that. We'll see you on the next one. Like and subscribe. Ta-ra.